Welcome to the Tom Bernard Family Podcast with
co-host Catherine Brandt,
Andy Brandt Bernard,
and Kristen Burt.
Kristen Burt Entertainment News, brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. So, is there a lot of news today?
well, the Oscars happened, of course.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what?
Which we were going to watch, but then we didn't.
I'm glad you... I'm glad... never mind. Now I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, go ahead.
Me?
Anybody. I mean...
Okay, I'll go. Yeah,
One
the
at
Oscars
a
were last
time.
night. Yeah, the Oscars were last night. You can watch the replay on Hulu/Disney Plus if you missed it. But overall, like as we expected, there were going to be a few surprises. Michael B. Jordan came away with the win, which was great. Well deserved, honestly. You know what? Conan O'Brien is a great host for the Oscars. For a long time, we've been kind of like struggling, like who's going to be that Bob Hope or that Johnny Carson for the Oscars? Conan O'Brien's the guy. He is old enough for people who are like Gen X and older to appreciate him, but he's also funny enough to relate to Gen Z and millennials that the humor kind of crosses over generations, which is really good. The show technically had a lot of misses, which was weird. Like there were a lot of sound issues and things like that. That should not happen at this point. But I will say that Conan O'Brien does a really good job of hosting the show. Yeah, the opener, Alex was just saying this, it was great.
No, I would agree with that one. He was not a good talk show host, though. His phony laugh got really old to people. That kind of stuff. I never watched it. I think I've seen highlights of the talk show, but are there any talk shows left? Because the other two are going away now too, aren't they?
We've seen a lot of cancellations in daytime more than late night. Actually, I mean, we have, of course, we have Stephen Colbert going away, but they just did, NBC just did a sweeping cancellation of all of their syndicated shows, which are in daytime. Access Hollywood, Stephen Wilkos, Karamo's talk show as well. You have Kelly Clarkson exiting. Jennifer Hudson was renewed. Drew Barrymore was renewed for a couple of seasons. And who else was canceled? Sherry Shepherd. So I don't know what's going in daytime. I don't know if it's going to be local programming, but right now we're not seeing new entries into daytime right now.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, and I think you and I have talked about this before. Television is nowhere near as entertaining as it used to be. It's good, but it's not great. Like it used to be great. So what do you guys think?
I mean, it's gone. It goes up and down. I mean, crazy because if you just talked about it 3 years ago, we had so much content coming at us. We didn't even know where to look, and now we have a lot less content. There's some good quality there, though, but it's just one of those things. I find I get frustrated when I'm like, well, it's only 8 episodes, and now I'm going to wait another year and a half for another 8 episodes to come into play. And I think viewers are frustrated, too, and it's why we're seeing Gen A and Gen Z go straight back to all of those shows. They're like, what do you mean shows were 22 episodes a season?
Right.
I love that.
Well, production lag is what, like 1 to 3 years? So we're seeing stuff that was made like right after the height of COVID when everyone was still panicky and freaking out about everything. So it's, the quality is often not going to be as good as it used to be. I think it'll improve, but that 2020 to 2022, 2023 period was not good for really anyone.
No. Plus, we had strikes. We had the strikes.
And that too.
Production in 2023. Yeah.
Yep. There you go. Yeah.
I understand that, but and maybe what may be happening here is I was much younger. I was a teenager. I was in my early 20s, so everything was exciting to me, I suppose.
There's that too.
That's true.
And now you've seen it so many times, it's like it's not that interesting anymore.
Absolutely.
There's only.
Well, and our views of Hollywood and what a celebrity is has changed. If you ask someone, talk to Fawn. As Fawn is starting to get more and more into pop culture, her idea of who is famous is going to be vastly different than what all of us grew up with. We grew up in the era of, a George Clooney, a Julia Roberts, a Tom Cruise. I feel like that crosses over all the generations right now, all of the older generations. The younger generations, they're going to tell you influencers. They're going to be like, it's an Alex Earl or it's a Mr. Beast. And in fact, the very last part of the show, after Conan's like, good night, everyone, there was a little video, and the joke was like, Conan, you're going to be our Oscar host forever. And then they like kind of put him in the freezer, and then they like take off his nameplate on the door, and they put in Mr. Beast as a hint that in 2029, the Oscars are going to YouTube. And who is the number one personality on YouTube?
Yeah.
Mr. Beast.
I don't know.
Who?
Yeah. Who indeed?
Who is Mr. Beast?
See?
Well, that's exactly it. You don't know because he is the number one influencer on YouTube. He's got game shows on Amazon, but that's not your generation. But if you're going to ask younger kids, they're all going to know who Mr. Beast is.
But I'm on YouTube all the time, and I've never even seen his name.
Not your algorithm.
Yeah.
It's all the algorithm stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
It's the algorithm. It's what you're clicking on and starting to feed you what you like. If you click on Mr. Beast today, you'll start getting a couple of Mr. Beast videos.
Yeah.
And who is Mr. Beast again? I don't even know who that is.
He's an influencer on YouTube. He does a lot of like these like mass games where like, I'll give someone $100,000 that they can survive in this convention center for 30 days.
okay.
And
Yeah,
everyone starts getting whittled down, and they do like the Beast games or whatever it is. But yeah, so Charlie just Chad, who was it? I don't even know.
Chadrick?
Someone just said that he's a
Chadrick?
creep. I'm like, he is kind of creepy, Mr. Beast.
The eyes, I just
a
like
shock.
it's like the top half of his face doesn't emote at all. So he's always doing that YouTuber face that but he doesn't
yeah.
do it with his eyes. So
Too much
it looks like he's
Botox.
like it looks like he's got Botox or like he's got like Mobius syndrome or something. It is creepy the way he looks. I don't know anything about the man. I'm not 12 years old enough to care, but I just can't look at those thumbnails. They freak me out.
Yeah, he has dead eyes, Chadrick said.
Yes.
And that's the thing. It's very, very strange. He also has a very well-known line of chocolate Feastables.
I see them everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, they're very
Really?
successful. And that's what kids want. Like, they're not ordering like a Reese's, peanut butter cup. They want a Feastables.
Well, it's like when I was a kid, I still remember Fruit by the Foot had these like Nintendo tips
Yep.
on them, and I'd buy Fruit by the Foot and unroll them and eat the Fruit by the Foot, and then I'd read like on level 1 of Super Mario Bros. And so forth. So it works on kids, absolutely.
It does work.
Snack
on kids.
plus thing you like equals the best thing in the world.
Well, the only thing I really saw about the Oscars on social media was just a lot of the gowns, which, I mean, half of them were so garish and vulgar. I was like, ooh, this is hard to look at. It really is. And some of them were just gorgeous. It was like, it was either really vulgar or really gorgeous. Nobody was like in between.
Like Nicole Kidman, or it looked amazing. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think, like Anne Hathaway looked amazing. Rose Byrne. There were some really gorgeous gowns last night that were
they really were.
really expensive. I mean, I think it was Kate Hudson who wore like a $38 million necklace.
God.
What?
Stunning.
Wow.
It was stunning, though. You're like,
sure.
she must have had 20,000 like bodyguards following her, because I would be so afraid that necklace would fall off my neck and I'd lose it and I'd flush the toilet and be like, there goes
Right.
38 million.
Yeah. Can't trust me with that kind of thing. I can't even keep a pair of nice sunglasses for more than a day or two.
Oh, Catherine, what did we watch? Kristen recommended we watched it, and we watched an episode last night. What was it?
Oh, I think it's because she talked about Nicole Kidman. It's her new show, which is called, can't think of it.
Scarpetta.
Scarpetta.
Yeah, there you go.
That's right. We watched the first episode. All of them are streaming now, I think, all the episodes. I don't think you have to wait at all. But yeah, I was like, ooh, movie. Who's that? Who's that guy? Who's that guy? We're like, we know all these people, but, And then I still can't think of his name. Bobby
Cannavale, who is married to Rose Byrne, who was nominated for an Oscar last night. So they were
Yeah.
at the ceremony. He's such a good actor.
He
His
is.
son is playing him, like retroactive
Younger.
in the in the series. It was, and as soon as he opened his mouth, it's like, that's his son.
Oh yeah, they look so much. His son Jake, they look so much alike. Like,
They do.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's no question.
Jake looks a little shorter, maybe, and a little stockier.
It reminds me of Melissa saw this clip on Instagram, Patrick Warburton and his sons. And it was Patrick Warburton doing lines from, mostly Emperor's New Groove. And then his sons all did the same lines. every single one of his sons sounds exactly like him. It's weird.
Really?
That's wild.
Yeah, it's like 4 clones of Patrick Warburton all doing the same lines. It's like a bit from
so
Family Guy or something.
That's funny.
I don't know. I did like that show though. What was it called? Scarpetta.
Scarpetta.
I thought it was really good. A lot of talent in it. There's no question.
Jamie Lee Curtis is in
Yep.
it. Yeah,
Yep.
there's a lot of really good actors. I love that. See, that's when you get a show like that where you just get so much talent to a streaming show. You would never have gotten that on. You won't get that on broadcast TV because. See, this is where streaming is good because these A-list actors are willing to commit to the 8-10 episode instead of the 22 episode season.
Right. What are they getting paid though now? They're not getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars to do this, are they? I mean, they all can't be.
They all can't be, but there are certain ones who are still commanding top dollar. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis won an Oscar just a couple of years ago, so she's getting top dollar. Nicole Kidman's getting top dollar because she's in every show. She's an Oscar and an Emmy winner. I'm sure Bobby's doing decent, but he's not commanding the same as Jamie Lee or Nicole would.
I will tell you this: over the years, he came in the studio a couple of times. Cannavale did when I was on KQ. Could not meet a nicer guy. You wouldn't have any idea he was an actor and famous.
Really?
You'd have no clue. He doesn't care about that at all.
That's nice.
No, he didn't even show up, and I want to say it was either the Golden Globes or the Critics' Choice. Rose Byrne was like up on stage, and they were like, "Why isn't he here?" And she's like, "He's getting our sons a bearded dragon." Because they have 2 little ones at home. Jake is from his other relationship, but
Right.
I just think that was funny. Like, Dad Duty called before an award show, which I thought was really great.
Yep.
But that speaks to who he is. He's also a fantastic stage actor. If anyone's ever
Yeah.
seen him on Broadway, he is so good at what he does.
Really, really good. No, what was he in a couple of years ago? It was about a home in some neighborhood or something. What was the name of that show? He was really good on that show too.
He's been in a lot of
A
stuff.
couple of years ago. I don't remember.
I remember him from Boardwalk Empire. I feel like that was a
Yeah.
real big breakout for him
Yep.
in drama. He did Will and Grace for years. I'm just trying to think.
Right.
He's been on Only Murders in the Building. Nurse Jackie. Did you watch Nurse Jackie?
Yes, I did.
Mom did,
No,
yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It was some had to do. It was a crooked deal where they bought a house and then they found out they didn't buy the house, and I don't know. It was some deal out in Long Island or something. I don't even remember the name of the show, but it was really the only reason I brought it up in the first place. He was really good in it.
So is it a movie or a series?
I think it was a movie,
Oh.
but maybe it was a series. I don't know. It was really good.
I'm like,
Really
we'll
quite
have to
good.
look and see. Yeah, I was like, Bobby Cannavale movies.
But maybe it was a series. It was a while ago. But
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Yeah,
No big deal.
he's so good.
Yeah.
He is. There's no doubt about that. There's TV's pretty good right now. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. The stuff that you first look at when you go in, about 90% of it's not very good. It's okay, but there's about 10% of that stuff that's out today is pretty damn good, I would think.
You just have to sort through
Yep.
everything. I mean, but the content level is a lot lower than it was 2-3
Yeah.
years ago, where you're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
there's 6 TV shows coming out today. Can you get sort through all of them? Now it's like, okay, we got like 1 or 2 big drops a week instead of just so many that our heads were spinning. So as long as you sort through them, you kind of find some good stuff.
Well, I also think, I don't know. We have a lot of streaming services just because we talk about that stuff on the show.
Yeah.
But most people have maybe, 1, maybe 2. A lot of people don't have, 15 streaming services so they can watch all the newest, latest, and greatest stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're with the economy the way it is, a lot of people are canceling their services, and I
Oh,
do
yeah.
think, as we've talked about before, we've already seen Hulu folded into Disney Plus. We will start to see Paramount and HBO join together probably in the next 6 to 8 months, depending on how long this merger takes. So we will start seeing a consolidation and less, platforms to subscribe to. But I have a feeling the prices will be going up.
Yeah, of course they are.
Catherine, what was it that just popped up on the screen there about? Was it Blue Jasmine or what?
Oh,
did it-
yeah. He asked if it was Blue Jasmine. I don't know. I didn't see who.
I think that's what it said is Blue Jasmine.
Yes.
Is that the
I think.
movie that you're thinking about?
Is he in it? Is Cannavale?
He
in
is
it?
in Blue Jasmine, yeah.
Oh, I bet you that's what it was then. That's what, a couple of years old.
It was 2013.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, it's old.
Yeah, it is a couple of years.
That's old.
Yes, it is a couple of years old.
Couple indeed.
God, that was 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that went by quickly. I hope the next one doesn't go by that quickly.
Well, that's the thing. Like last night, they did a reunion of Bridesmaids, and they're like, it's the 15th anniversary of Bridesmaids. And I'm like,
For some reason, I believe that.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
one seems like a long time ago.
I've watched that over and over again. And if anyone was wondering why Wendy McClendon Covey didn't show up, she let everyone know she got a neck lift and was bedridden from her neck lift.
Well, what kind of timing is that?
I know. I have a feeling that they, it was like, couldn't you reschedule your surgery? She probably
Yeah.
had this surgery scheduled, and they asked her a month ago for the Oscars. And,
Yeah.
because they have to wait until everyone's nominated, and then they piece together the show how they want to do it. And I think they decided to do the reunion because Rose was already at the show because she was nominated.
Oh.
So then you start compiling everyone, and then Wendy's like, geez, I've had my surgery scheduled for 6 months or whatever.
For quite some time. Is it because they've cut back, at least that was my takeaway, what you were talking about, they're not spending anywhere near as much money on so many different shows. Is it getting better because of that, or has the talent fallen along with the opportunity?
The talent hasn't fallen. I will say that the networks are greenlighting fewer shows. So
Right.
I know it's a big frustration for a lot of people to try and get a show anywhere, where 2 or 3 years ago, they're like, that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So they're being more selective and more picky. And in fact, there was a highly anticipated reboot of Buffy the Vampire Slayer that was supposed to go to Hulu. And they just announced on Saturday that Hulu is dropping out. And you had Sarah Michelle Gellar. They already had the new Buffy. Chloe Zhao, who's an Oscar-winning director, was going to direct this. So they're shopping it to other streamers. We'll see what happens. I mean, this doesn't feel like it's a Paramount Plus type of property. The only place it sounds like it could land would be Netflix.
God, it's interesting you brought that up because the two places you see people criticizing the most would be Paramount and what's the other one? Catherine, you and I were talking about that. I guess it was a couple of weeks ago, though. But there were Paramount and one other channel that nobody likes anymore. I don't know what it is. We watch a couple of things on Paramount.
A lot
don't
of
we,
people
Catherine?
are mad at Netflix all the time
That's
because
true,
they're
yeah.
constantly being political and
And
They're
same
very-
with Paramount.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
they're two
Yep.
studios in opposite corners. Both of them. That's why when we were talking about this merger of like who's going to win Warner Brothers, I'm like, there is no winning. There's no like real better side to this because they're
Right.
both going to have major consequences to the entertainment industry, no matter what.
right.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about that. It's really unfortunate that that's the way things are now. Is that well, here's what we think, and I don't want to hear about your politics, whether they're left or right. I'm talking about as producers and writers of these things. I am so sick of politics in America. I want to vomit. God, it's
Yeah.
all you hear anymore.
Especially when, it's these people getting paid way more than anybody else, and they're just, I'm using my voice and my platform. It's
Yeah.
like, this isn't why people want to watch you. They want to watch your work. They don't want to listen to you go on and on and on.
Right. Well, I mean, a question I do have, and I've put this forth, a number of times. Two of my best friends, two of them, they both, by coincidence, are good guys. They're both named Mike on top of it. But one is pretty far left politically, and the other one is pretty far right politically, and we all get along great. How is that possible?
Because you don't talk about politics.
Well, we do, but we don't argue about it at all. It's look, we have all. When are people going to understand? We've all lived different lives. We're not going to believe the exact same things. It's just not how it works. Calm down, for God's sake. Is it making the world a better place to be angry 24 hours a day? No. Some people I know are angry all the time now.
Bad for your
Because-
brain algorithm.
Well, it is. You're
It
right.
is.
Yeah,
But that's
so
all I see on the news. That's all I see on the news. So they're pissed off about it constantly.
That's why I don't
well.
watch the news.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I read it. I read the news. That's it.
Yeah.
One other thing I want to mention about the Oscars, just in case anyone didn't see it, because it probably was it was gut-wrenching, honestly, the in memoriam this year of what they did. Because obviously they honored Rob Reiner. They brought out so many celebrities from his movies, from Princess Bride and Sure Thing and When Harry Met Sally, and they all stood there and turned around and like looked at a photo of not only Rob Reiner, they also honored his wife Michelle Singer, but Billy Crystal did a incredible tribute to him, and then it went right into, they showed a couple other people who died, and then it blended into the tribute to Catherine O'Hara and Diane Keaton,
Right.
which was incredibly moving. And then it went into Barbara Streisand doing a tribute to Robert Redford. You just realize like how many major celebrities we lost. A lot of them to
Yeah.
like unexpected or weird circumstances. And it really was one of those situations where you're like, it was so moving, but it was very well done.
Alex, I love your comment. From the Babylon Bee. Nations wealthy, privileged gather to lecture nation on evils of wealth and privilege.
That's kind of true.
It's true.
So true.
It is true. That's very funny. That was very good. Thank you for that.
That's the
Look
best.
at that. There you go. Well, Moby Pete says that the bee nailed it.
Yes.
Politics and entertainment are no different.
No, they really aren't.
They're cut from the
That's
same
true.
cloth, and it's so funny that oftentimes they're screaming at each other from different sides of the spectrum. I'm like, but you're the same people.
Yeah.
Well, but that's the scam, don't you think? See, I think, and that's why I don't follow Democrats nor Republicans anymore, I think this is all teed up so they can make even more money.
It is. It absolutely is.
I think it's fake.
I read a post today that said we should all vote or put on our voter registration independent so that they don't know how to manipulate us.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm
really?
I'm registered as an
NPPs.
independent.
I'm NPP since 2012.
Good
Yep.
move.
Yep,
Good move.
here in California. It also, by the way, if you register as a independent, you get less junk mail during election season. Just a little tip if you want to cut down on that.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I just I shouldn't say remember when because I don't ever remember it happening. Maybe we could come together in the middle and we could all profit and all be happy. What do you think of that idea?
Honey, I think that ship has sailed. I think they're all
On day 2 of
well,
America?
no, I mean, if you look at it, I mean, Congress is like so freaking corrupt. There's just,
Oh, it's horrible.
outrageously corrupt. They
Yes.
have no incentive of changing anything whatsoever.
It's too bad.
None. No incentive.
Well, they're useless.
They're completely useless.
What are
And
they
then-
doing?
And then people keep voting in the same morons for,
I agree.
decade upon decade upon decade. I just don't understand it.
And they keep raking in tons and tons, millions of dollars just for being a politician.
I know. When I first started voting, the first thing I did was vote out every incumbent. I'm like, nope, gotta go. Get them out of here. Get them out of here.
Well, it's kind of crazy when you look at some of these senators, and it's both parties. Do not scream
It
at
is,
me, guys.
absolutely.
It's some of them when you're like,
Yep.
they've been in there since the 70s or the 80s, and I'm
Yeah.
like, how?
I know.
How is that possible? And some of them are being literally like propped up.
Yep.
It's weekend
You
at
know what I'm
Bernie's.
talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, it is weekend at Bernie's.
It's weekend at Bernie's.
It's happened more than once in both the Senate and Congress, the House. I mean, and they are literally their aides are like,
Yeah.
so they can go vote. I mean, it's awful.
It
It's
is
not even
awful.
funny because I'm like, how are
I
these
know.
families allowing this too? This is disgusting. It's elder abuse.
Gross.
It is gross. You're absolutely right, Andrew. There's no question about it. I've had enough of it all. It's a money-making scam. They do nothing to benefit the taxpayers.
No.
The taxes keep going up and up and up and up, and we get nothing for it because they're taking all the money.
Yep.
It's just how it is. Look, how many guys you think on a podcast was invited yesterday, or for today, I guess it is, to have dinner with the President of the United States at his place? And I'm not going to do it. And he can do whatever he wants, and the Democrats do whatever they want. I just don't want to be around it anymore. I got nothing against any of them, but I just don't want to be around them anymore because I don't think you can trust anyone anymore. What do you think?
Have dinner with Catherine.
Yeah, that's a good
She
one.
won't double cross you.
She will not.
Not normally.
Not normally. Is there any way you think we could get the people of America to come together and say, look, enough. We want the old Democrat Party back and we want the old Republican Party back, and you people shut the hell up and do your job. What
No,
about
because
that?
we can't even agree with the Oscars.
It's true.
Yeah, that's a problem then, isn't it? I guess. Yes, that's a huge problem. I always come back to this, and I've talked about it many times before. My go-to is my family. When these people are driving me nuts, I talk to Catherine, Andy, Alex, whomever. I teared up yesterday because our granddaughter called me up and said, Pop, I really miss you. Don't do that.
Here comes the guilt.
Is she coming for spring break?
No.
Oh.
I'm all teared up on the phone with my granddaughter. Thanks a lot, Fawn, you pill. But no, I mean, that's the important part to me. And that, thank God, the way my mother got along with her brothers and all the rest of it. My Uncle Eldon on my father's side was a great guy, real nice. Mary Ann, just a wonderful person. Completely different people, but they all got along. I mean, some of them, the farmers were Republican, and the people that did business in town were Democrat, and they still got along just fine.
Oh, it's interesting. I mean, when my mother and my father, they had lots and lots of family members, lots of kids. Everybody had tons of kids, and nobody ever threw somebody out of their lives over some stupid disagreement about some ridiculous politician. I just can't even imagine. I mean, when I started hearing all of this trend on social media about how proud you are that you've, never going to speak to your brother again because he voted for somebody. I'm like,
God.
Really? This is a trend and people are cheering you on?
Believe that?
I think it's just a sad statement.
I don't know. I blocked my brother for 6 months after the Trump election. But remember, he was sending me very offensive memes, and I asked him to stop, and he wouldn't, so I blocked him on my phone for 6 months.
There you go.
And then my mother asked me to unblock him because my brother reportedly was sad about it. So I unblocked him, and like 2 days later, he couldn't help himself. He sent me a meme, and I blocked him again for another month.
Well, one of my brothers, I had to finally, because he would call me up and start ragging about politics, and I'm like, I don't know why you're yelling at me. I'm not a Republican.
Right.
Why are you screaming at me like I'm going to do something about the Republican Party? I don't understand. Please stop talking to me about it. And he used to call me almost every day because I think he was watching CNN or MSNBC and getting himself all wild. And he'd call up to scream about it. And I'm like, I just don't want to hear about it anymore. Please don't talk to me about it anymore. He stopped calling me. Literally just stopped calling me. We still talk, but he doesn't call me anymore. Because I guess maybe he doesn't have anything to talk about other than what he's watching on the news, which is sad. Yeah.
Well,
My dad and his brother used to argue about politics too, and at my niece's wedding, they were arguing about the election. And by the way, it was 2022, so it wasn't like a big election year. And I was like, "This is Julia's wedding. Stop."
Well, it's like that episode that we watched of Scarpetta.
Yeah.
I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis starts just screeching and carrying on, and they're attacking each other. It's your daughter's birthday party.
Well,
Does anybody ever say, "Hey, this isn't about you"? I think I should have a T-shirt line made up. Yes, everything's all about you. You're the most powerful one. I just get so tired of it all.
I have a family member, won't say if it's a boy or a girl, but I have a family member who hasn't talked to me in 23 years because of the KQ morning show.
Yeah.
23 years they haven't talked to me. It's like, it's a show, first of all, the highest rated show in America, if that's okay. Although you'd never know it by looking around the news in Minnesota. They always do these salutes to all the broadcasts. They never include me in any of them. I get too successful, I guess. Do you think Minnesota's one of those states where they don't like it when you get too successful?
Yes.
That's what I think
It's
happened.
sort of that passive-aggressive thing.
I guess.
Well, I think it's also
why can't you be happy?
I think it's a generational thing more than anything.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Even California and New York are the two they're the two examples of, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. If you're big in California or you're big in New York, you are on top of the world financially. Everyone knows who you are and so forth. But even in New York and California, people aren't happy for success anymore. They don't want anyone to succeed. And it's the same thing here. It's the same thing everywhere in America. No one wants anyone to succeed, and I think a lot of that is like just bitterness shift over the generations.
Now, on the positive side of that, because it just happened, I found out about it this morning, just happened yesterday. Kristen, you ever worked with Paul Castronovo in Miami? He's had the #1 show in Miami for what, Catherine? Like 30 years
forever.
at least?
Yeah,
Forever.
a long time ago.
Right? And Paul's an old friend of mine, just talked to him a few days ago and all the rest of it. I just saw yesterday, Catherine, I haven't mentioned this to you today, and I don't know if you saw this or not, but Paul Castronovo was named the best something in Florida. What was he named the best of in Florida?
Radio announcer?
Being Italian.
The best Italian?
The best Italian.
Castronovo, yeah. The best Italian in the state of Florida.
Well,
Take all the accolades while you can.
Absolutely. But yeah, Paul, congratulations. He's a one hell of a great guy, a really good friend. Known him for a long time, but he is huge down here.
People love him. Like, love him. They're in love with him.
Oh, that's nice,
Yeah,
though.
it is. Yeah.
It is.
He's still.
I'd be like best short person. Favorite short person.
Best short person.
Best shorty. Well, I put a photo of me at the Oscars because I filmed my segment the other day, and I think it was Darren. Darren was like, "I forgot how tiny you are."
Hey, there
And
you
by
go.
the way, Darren, I was wearing 3.5-inch heels that day, just to tell you how short I am.
How do you do it? Don't your feet just ache?
They don't. I'm so used to it, and I don't wear them that long. Like, I'll get in my car, I'm wearing sneakers, I park my car, put on my heels, walk to the segment,
Oh, okay.
just balance it all out.
All right, we've kept you too long already, damn it.
It's okay.
Good. I'm glad it's okay because we're going to do it more often. All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Thanks very much. Kristen Bird, Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. We shall take a break. Be right back in 60 seconds. From Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. What's up, Allie?
Oh, not much. Doing my usual thing of telling people they shouldn't be texting and driving. In Minnesota, you can't have your phone in your hands. You can use, hands-free, but you can't have your phone in your hands for whatever reason. And that's why they made the law the way they did, so that police officers could see a phone in your hand and you got no excuse for why you got it there.
Do people know that that's the law?
I hope so. I mean, they used to follow it, and then kind of COVID kind of made people forget, and now it's like a freewheeling world out there with cell phones.
Let's say you get pulled over because you do have a phone in your hand and you're not watching where you're going. You got to be in pretty big trouble then, I would guess.
Well, the first one's not as bad. It's the multiple ones, the problem. And once people start stacking them up, then they have a big problem. And then what we're doing in car accidents is we've started bringing motions for punitive damages, because I'm trying to use the civil law any way we can to stop this, because it needs to stop.
Whenever I'd had any problems in my life, who was that I called again? It was like an MB, something like that.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
Jeez, what timing.
Look at that timing. What do you think of that action, ladies
Amazing.
and gentlemen?
It's almost like you know how to do this.
I don't know about that. Well, maybe it leans that way. That's what it is. It just leans that way. So what else is going on in the world? It's a Monday.
Oh, boy.
Alex is
A lot of
not here
snow.
because she's on her... What?
and a lot of snow, I can tell you that much. God.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Alex is in the 100-degree weather or whatever, or was. Is she back?
No, not yet.
Oh.
They'll be back soon. Yeah, everybody was posting about how it was 70 degrees the other day, and now they've
Yep.
got a foot of snow in their backyard. And it's supposed to be, I think, in the 60s again next week.
This weekend, actually.
Yeah, this week.
In the 60s?
Yeah, it's going to be
Oh,
like
that's nice to
61
hear.
on Saturday. So it's, yeah. I was out yesterday for quite some time. I had to snow blow, and then I had to go through with a scraper and scrape my entire driveway because it got heavy enough that it smashed down. So the snowblower just it literally went over the snow because it was so dense.
I
Yep.
always hated that.
That is the worst. And then I snowblowed again to get rid of the chunks that I scraped up.
Sure.
Yep,
Yeah.
it was.
Why not?
My back it hurts a lot, and my
Don't miss it.
my neck, my arms, everything hurts.
I don't miss it at all.
And
That's
then
a lot of work.
it is absolutely. Well, if I hadn't had to scrape, it wouldn't have been so bad. That's the part because everything is made for short people.
It is.
Like shovels, every shovel is made for like gnomes. I swear.
Yep.
gnome
I know, and it's
shovelers.
harder on your back.
When
'cause
I
it's also short.
When I scrape with my scraper, I literally have to bend at like a 90-degree angle, or else I can't get low enough to the ground to scrape the ice, and that's what hurts. It's like I don't know what that's all about. I don't know if there's like a big and tall tools shop or something. That would be great. I'm pretty sure our scraper's 3 feet tall.
Well,
like, who
maybe
is
you
this
can-
for?
Probably on Amazon. I would guess you could find a extension shovel or
Yeah,
something.
like a
Or
tall,
invent that. Invent that.
tall shovel. It's like the leftorium for tall people.
Yeah, when we built a house one time, it's the only house we ever built, and I made sure that the counters were just a little taller. And it's just amazing how much less
Yeah.
fatigued I get when I cook when the countertops are taller.
Oh yeah, when I put the dishes away, because it's you're going to the sink, you're twisting around, putting the dish in, twist back. At the end of it, I have to sit down for like 20 minutes because everything's low and I'm bending over and everything is. I don't know. People are always like, "Oh, I wish I was 6 feet tall." No, you don't. What is that?
Somebody's drove a car up to our window or something.
Sounds like you need to do some ab work.
Well, I mean, I get plenty of that lifting
You're-
these children.
You're pretty young for back problems.
I don't know. I mean, I have a herniated disc, so it's like, what can you do?
Oh, what the heck? Can you hear that?
Yeah,
I can hear it. I don't. It sounds like a printer almost.
No, I'm expecting a chute of cement to come in the apartment any
Oh,
minute.
lovely.
It sounds like a cement mixer or something.
Well, I did
Very.
have to snow blow and everything, but at least I got a fun story out of it.
Well, there you go.
So after I got done snow blowing, as the garage door was shutting, went into the garage. I hit the garage door, and it's going down. In sprints the neighbor dog because she noticed that I was
God.
done. She noticed that I put the tools away, and she sprints in with her ball and drops it at my feet. And I'm like, really? Fine. And so I go back over the street and I throw the ball a couple times, and then she doesn't come back, and I was like, all right, we're done. And then, so I put Colin to bed. Melissa put Ethan to bed. And then I took a shower. And it was like 9 p.m. by that point. So I take a shower, I go back into our room to dry off, and I hear our Ring doorbell go off. And I'm like, oh, Melissa must be getting a package or something. And then she comes back in, and she was like, the neighbor dog was sitting at our front door in the dark with her ball at 9 o'clock at night.
Oh,
Waiting.
freezing to death. Poor thing.
No, she's outside all day. She's a golden retriever. She doesn't care about the cold. She rolls around in the snow. That's not a problem for her.
Oh,
but yeah, just
Okay.
like she comes over and sees us, but I've never had her come up to our house and wait for one of us to play with her. That's
I
interesting.
think everybody's bored to death and sick to death of winter at this point. Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
It
God.
just gets to that. It gets to that point where it's like I'm so sick of being in the house. I'm sick of worrying about the weather. I'm sick of all of it.
Yep, we sure are.
One thing I will tell you about living so close to Theodore Worth as a kid, I was determined to become a skier. They had a jump there in the whole shooting match. I was going to be a skier. I was going to go ice skating. I think I did each once.
Yeah.
It's too cold.
I
Yeah.
got you skiing a
Yeah, you
few
did.
times.
You did, yeah.
I don't know. You kind of thought. I don't know. I thought you were having fun, but then you never wanted to go again.
It's too cold.
It is cold. Someone in
That's the
the
problem.
chat said, did anyone see that Bert Kreischer cheated death? His
No.
tour bus burned to the ground on I-94 an hour out of Fargo, but they had just transferred to
Jesus.
another bus. So the bus that he was on, they transferred out of, and then it caught fire and incinerated.
What?
Who is this now?
Bert Kreischer.
Bert Kreischer, really?
He's the Yamashinu guy, right? I Am the Machine. That's Bert Kreischer, right?
I think so,
think
yeah.
so.
I think so. God, I haven't talked to Bert in a while. I should give him a call and have him on. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he was on Semi recently, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that's true.
Moby
But
Pete.
he's such a good guy.
I did go throw the ball when I was doing the after I got done snow blowing. Then Melissa went and throwed the ball. She went out and she throwed the ball, went over to the place and threw the ball across the street. So we made sure she got her ball chasing in. Yes, Bert Kreischer is the machine guy. That's how I know him.
Yep. A really good guy. Really, that train things keeps popping in my head. Didn't he go to Japan or
Russia.
China or something? Where was it?
Russia. That's what the story's from.
Oh, so that
Unless you're thinking of something else.
When the people turned on him on the train.
On the train.
I believe he was on the train somewhere in the Eastern Hemisphere, and he's a pretty big guy, not a little guy. But people were just being a pain in the ass to him. That was many, many years ago.
Oh yeah,
though,
he allegedly helped rob a train because he got caught up in like the Russian mafia. They thought that he was like part of them or
Yep.
something. Yeah, that was part of the machine story.
It was, absolutely. God, he told me that story years ago, and I'm like, oh my God, how are you still alive?
He was the machine. That's how.
Yeah, well, about stealing money from the Russians, I don't know if you want to be doing that.
Oh, he stole money with the Russians. That's different.
Yeah, but did he keep it?
I'm guessing not.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing, not too.
I don't think the Russian mafia looks too kindly on keeping their money.
No.
I suppose not. It's interesting you bring that up. I'm glad you brought that up because, in general, you talk about comedians coming on the show, and that's something I want to rebuild too. I'm going to work on the rest of this year rebuilding. But don't get me wrong, we have great guests on all the time. That's not what I'm saying. But I do want to bring in comedians once again, and a lot of them don't like to do it anymore because they have their own podcasts and all that stuff. So it's tough to get some of them. There's no question about that.
Yes, it
but
is.
it was so much fun every day. The show was a ball because a comedian would come in and we'd have a wonderful time.
I like the dog stories in the chat now.
Yeah, there's a lot of dog stories going on.
Oh, what do we got?
Dave says he got a call once about a dog frozen to death. He arrived and he found the people that lived there had a life-sized toy dog on their porch. So like what he thought the dog died like in Scrubs, just like
So they thought it just standing and it
frozen
froze to
place
death?
like a statue. I don't think that's how dogs usually die.
Poor puppy.
You would think it would tip over or
Yeah,
something, or
collapse
curl
on.
up and go to sleep. I don't think it would be standing there frozen to death.
I guess theoretically a horse could die that way because they can lock their lock their limbs. So it's like I don't know if they got like struck by lightning or something. It's possible.
No, I
don't know.
suppose.
I've never heard
But
of
not a dog.
horse freezing to death.
And
but-
then let's see who Clown Shoes had a neighbor call the police once to report us for animal cruelty because the dog was always outside in the winter, but the dog was a husky. Huskies love being cold.
Yeah, they do.
I know. Every time I see somebody walking a dog like that around here in Florida,
Yeah, I'm always like, what are
And
you
it's-
doing?
I'm like, why would you have a dog that has a 5-inch coat?
Yeah.
What is the white Pyrenees?
Great Pyrenees, yeah. They're
I
so
saw one of
fluffy.
those the other
Yep.
day, and it just looked like it was just miserable, and it was 72 degrees
Yeah,
out.
I know. They yearn for the snow. They yearn for the
Yeah.
fjords.
No, they don't like the heat.
No, they
All right, I
sure
have a
don't.
question. Big Dave 13. I called her back and she told her to mind her own business. What's he talking about?
About the Airedale,
The frozen dog, yeah.
the frozen
the frozen
toy,
dog. The
frozen toy,
Who'd he call back and say mind your own business?
the one that complained about it.
Oh, somebody complained about it.
Yes.
Oh,
you had to
I
go
see.
do a well check on a dog.
Well, I mean, if
It
you
just turns out to be a toy.
If you thought you saw a frozen dog, wouldn't you go investigate, see if you could like resuscitate it
would.
or something?
I'd be
You'd
ringing
think.
the doorbell and wondering if did the owner die? Did the owner
Yeah. That's entirely possible.
Because I remember one time I came home from some trip someplace and Cassie was running around outside of the house. And Dad
Cassie.
had no idea he was out there. No idea.
Cassie was an escape
whatsoever.
artist.
Well, I know, but I'm thinking, anything could have happened. We had coyotes there and all
Yeah.
kinds of crap could have happened to him. So, I mean, dogs, I would check. I would definitely check because Dad was home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just remind me now in the future to never have Big Dave on again. Because
Why
he's
is that?
posted, come on, Tom, keep up.
Yeah, Tom.
Gee, thanks, Dave. You pill.
Jude was a little off kilter this morning because Tom wasn't home exactly at 11:15 when he usually comes in
God.
and prints out the run sheet and gets everything ready for the podcast. And so Jude was laying on the bed, and I'm looking at him because normally he's in the podcast studio by the time we come in here. he comes in first. And I said, don't you want to do the podcast? His ears go, podcast? And he comes bolting into the podcast studio like, oh my God, I forgot.
Yeah, he loves the podcast.
So every once in a while on Sundays, he comes in when it's time to do the podcast if we're home.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, you're a day early there, dear. But he always knows the time.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
How does a dog know what time it is?
Well, if you think about it, they've got very limited responsibilities.
Well, that's true. But he comes in right at 11:15. That's the weirdest thing.
Got nothing to
I know,
do. I mean,
he-
do you have a chiming clock that like
Nope.
rings out the
Nope.
hour? Huh.
No, we don't
Nope.
have. We don't have the. Well, we do have a grandfather clock, but we don't have the ringer on. And also, Well, I mean, all dogs, I think, know when it's time to eat.
Yes.
Well,
they get hungry.
But
Yeah.
But the newest scam is because of all his little health issues lately, I've been spreading out his feeding time. So I give him half of his breakfast
yeah.
and then want to take him for a walk so his stomach isn't full when he's walking. And then come back, and then I was giving him the rest of his breakfast. Well, now he doesn't want to take a walk. He just wants to poop, pee, and go back in to finish his breakfast. So I'm like, okay, this isn't working because he's not getting enough exercise now. It's always something with a dog.
Well, Jude, the podcast dog.
He is.
He's been the pod
No
dog since
question about it.
almost
He's
the
been-
beginning. Pretty close.
Oh, he's been doing it since he was a tiny little puppy.
Yeah, he was like 3 months old when he started being the pod dog, I think.
Well, they said
Yeah.
you should have a picture of Jude in your TB podcast logo.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we should. That is a good idea. Jude runs the house.
He
That is
certainly does.
a fact. That is a fact. There's no doubt.
It's too bad we
Wait,
don't have
in
any
this-
of that video from back then. Could have seen video because we had video pretty early on
Yeah.
in the podcast, and that's all gone, unfortunately. Could have seen
We had-
puppy Jude running around the area.
What do you mean it's all gone? Where did it go?
We got banned off of YouTube years ago, remember?
Or did we? Why did we get banned off YouTube?
Because we kept playing bumper music, and they did not
Oh,
like that.
that's right. Okay.
And that's
yeah.
why I don't
forgot
play
about
copyrighted bumper music, and I never will ever again.
Margaret. Bella was the OG.
She was the
Sure
original
was.
pod dog, yes.
I miss that dog. Once I told her who was boss, she was a great dog to me.
that. There you go.
Well, she was a
She really
rescue,
did-
and she was a little temperamental
Oh.
at first.
Yeah, she did not believe me when I said I'm in charge around here. I think
Yep.
Alex left her with us for like a weekend, and she was doing, I don't know what the hell she was doing. I think she snapped at Jude.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And I'm like, we're not doing this. And she looked at me, and she kind of looked like she was going to growl at me. So I put her on her side.
Yep.
And just held her down. She fought like a banshee. She was so mad. I thought she was gonna stroke out. She was so angry. It's like nobody's ever talked to me like this before. And after that, I don't think she looked at me for 3 hours. And then all of a sudden, I'm sitting there on the couch, and all of a sudden, she sidles up to me and she wouldn't look at me yet. She's like, "Sorry,
Oh, Bella.
Bella."
We should take a quick break. Be right back in just a couple minutes right after this. For Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. Michael, what's up?
Dealing with another case where a person gave a statement to the adjuster because they thought the person was really friendly.
Is that a good idea?
Well, the problem is they know the law when they call you up. And while you're trying to be fair and you're trying to get help, the reality is there are questions you get asked that the way you answer them make a big difference. And people put themselves in trouble. And when they aren't in trouble, they didn't do anything wrong. But suddenly the adjuster's got a statement that can blow up their case completely.
What has caused people to be so untrustworthy, I guess is the best way I could put it? They take advantage.
Well, insurance companies have hired adjusters whose job it is to deal with unrepresented people. So they're supposed to kind of lure them in, call them every day, see how they're doing, and people are like, oh, I'm doing pretty good. Where the reality is they've kind of adjusted to their problem that they've got going on. So it's not that they're completely better, but the way they say it gets to be a problem. And that's why having somebody who can explain your rights, represent you, make sure that you understand the law before you give a statement can make a big difference in your case.
Michael Bryant, Bradshaw and Bryant. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about my bank. That'd be North American Banking Company. Look, it's easy to feel like just another account number at the big national banks, but that's not how it works with my friends at North American Banking Company. Whether you're visiting their locations in Roseville, 50th and France, Hastings, Woodbury, Shoreview, or Maple Grove, you'll always find real people who know you by name and actually care about your finances, not some AI chatbot. They also offer all the modern conveniences you expect, like online and mobile banking, but with a personal touch that only a community bank can offer. So why settle for less when you can bank with my friends at North American Banking Company? Visit North American Banking Company, nabankco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Did you figure out what that says yet? Because I can't.
I can see what it says, but I don't know what it's about. So we'll discuss after the podcast.
Does he want me to call him or something?
I don't know.
I can't figure
We'll-
that out
yeah.
either. All right, we'll work it out. I'll call
That's
him.
a worry after the show.
I'm not worried about it. I just know what it is.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I just want to know what it is and go forward from there, right?
That's all we can do.
Right.
Well, they kept it up there quite a while. Bella was the OG, is still posted. That's
Yeah.
very good.
I know. And now their new dog, May, has a back problem.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's got some.
Oh,
sort
that's
of
right.
a-
Yeah, no, she has IVDD, I think, which
Yeah,
Daisy
she-
also has and has had for years.
She lost her. Her back end went paralyzed
Yep,
suddenly.
she woke up without the use of her back legs one day, but she's
And the-
fine now. She got him back the day after, but
But they brought her to the vet and they're like, oh, it'll be $10,000 to $20,000, and she has to have the surgery immediately, or else it
God.
won't work. And it's like, that sounds like extortion. I don't know.
Yep.
I've heard somebody else said that they went to the doctor or they went to the ER or something, and they said, oh, the only way we can fix this is you have to have surgery, but you have to have it tomorrow.
yikes.
I'm like, I don't think. I'd like a second opinion, please.
Yeah, that sounds like coercion to me.
Yeah, there was an article that actually came out of Harvard, of all places, that all of these hospitals and great big medical practices that are being bought up by hedge funds, that the death rates have gone up like 17%.
I don't doubt it.
Because they're pinching pennies instead of actually doing good medicine.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really scary. That's very scary. And a lot of veterinarians are being bought up by hedge funds too.
Yeah, they sure are. Well, we know
Oh, really?
someone
Oh,
who's
yes.
going through a medical malpractice suit and has had like, you're fine, you're not fine, you're fine, you're not fine. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. So, like,
I know.
God, it makes it sound like the hospital she went to, which I won't say the name of just in case, but it makes it seem like it's in a third world country.
It
Yeah.
really
Like they
does.
can't
Yep.
keep basic records. Like people are coming in and reading old records, so they're like, "Oh, well, so I don't have this," and then it turns out the next day they're like, "Oh, just sorry, that person didn't know what they were talking about. You're still sick." It's like, how does something like that happen?
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, even just going to a pharmacy is just a chore now. It's like,
Yeah, it is.
I saw that there's a little small, like mom and pop pharmacy not too far from us, and I'm like, maybe we should give that a try.
We love our little pharmacy in our little town. I don't go to Walgreens anymore because there's no reason to.
Well, what was the one in Golden Valley by the Byerly's on 100?
That was a
Golden Valley
Walgreens.
It was a
Boulevard?
Walgreens, yeah.
That was a Walgreens. That was
Yep.
the best pharmacy.
It was.
The guy
It
knew
was.
your name. He knew everything about you.
Yeah.
He
Yep.
was great. It was just efficient, and you just went in, and it was there, and it wasn't, oh, who are you again?
Yeah, well,
There's a lot of
Walgreens.
who are you again.
Walgreens wasn't always bad. I feel like they've gone really downhill in the past like 5-10 years, something like that.
Is that because of the Theranos thing?
I don't know what it's
they
all
invested
about.
all that money with that
Oh, that's right.
crazy
They
lady.
invested
Oh, did
with her,
they?
didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
They-
probably a
they
big
invest-
part of it.
Would you check that, Andy? I want to see how deep they got into it.
Oh, it was a
good
lot.
question.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I remember, but I don't remember the exact amount.
Walgreens, let's see, $140 million.
Oh God!
$100 million innovation fee.
And when did they give that money to her?
Let's see,
Company.
when did they give that money to her? Let's see. Safeway also apparently invested in I don't know what Safeway is. I don't think we even have them up here.
It's a grocery store.
Yeah. it's a grocery
Let's
chain.
see. Safeway was 2010. Yeah, Walgreens was like 2010, 2011. So,
Oh my God! Is she? Somebody told me she's dead now,
no.
I thought she was in jail.
or is she just in jail?
I don't think
Elizabeth Holmes.
that's right.
Elizabeth Holmes, that's
She is
right.
not dead.
She's not dead.
No.
She's in prison though.
Speaking of creepy dead eyes, jeez.
I know.
It's always the
That
eyes.
movie was really good.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
what was it called?
What was it called? It had some terrible name. The name is awful. I remember that much because it's super forgettable. Obviously,
Movie about Theron O's or Elizabeth Holmes.
The Dropout.
The Dropout.
It's such a bad name.
Oh,
It
that's
sounds
right.
it sounds like a buddy sitcom with Seth Rogen.
Well,
doesn't
she
it?
was obsessed with Steve Jobs.
Yeah, she wanted to
Who
be
didn't-
Steve Jobs.
Yeah, who didn't finish college, so she wanted to be just like him. And it's just such a weird thing that you can get people to give you
Yeah.
that kind of money with nothing proven whatsoever.
So where'd the money go? Where'd the $300 million go?
Well, she did have a company that was trying to do diagnostic procedures with one drop of blood.
Right.
But it never worked.
According to the show, there was one time it worked. One time. And they never got it replicated again.
Whoops.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think from what I understand is she believed in the technology.
Yeah.
And when it didn't work, she was just like, "Oh, we need a little more time. We need a little more money." And the way you get that is by lying to your investors, and you're not allowed to do
Yeah.
that. So it's like
Right.
she
Yeah.
wanted this to work, and she thought she could get it to work. The problem wasn't, that she believed in this thing that probably was never going to happen. The problem was that she falsified records and that sort of thing to get more money. Because she was like, "Oh,
God.
if I can just get another $50 million, then I can make it work for real. And then all the things I lied about don't matter anymore because it actually works."
Right.
Yeah.
Well, somebody just mentioned about, that a lot of doctors are running through things through AI, and that is totally true. And
Yes.
has anybody seen the story that's been running around for the last, I think, 5 days about this guy whose dog was dying of cancer, and the vets are like, "Too bad, we can't do anything for him." So he paid $3,000 to sequence the dog's DNA, ran it through I don't know if it was Chat GPT. It was some AI program, and Grok is the one that actually came up, although they're not, of course, getting the credit because Elon Musk is,
Yeah.
Elon Musk, and we can't give him credit for anything.
No, God, no.
Yeah, he cured this dog. He cured the dog. The dog's all of a sudden got the glossy coat and all this stuff. I'm hoping the story isn't a lie, to get somebody to invest in something.
Well, I mean,
You never know.
that is one thing that AI is absolutely good for is going through data, parsing lots of data. I mean, you got a dog's genome in there. No vet is going to read through your dog's genome. It would take them years.
Yeah.
But AI can
Oh.
do it in hours. And it's like AI hallucinates a lot, obviously, especially when it comes to like subjective things or things that happened recently, that sort of thing. But if you give it
Yeah.
this genome, it is good enough to say like, "Oh, well, I see on, chromosome 3 whatever that there's this sequence that is known to cause this disease and that fits." That sort of thing. So I think for medical diagnostic purposes, AI is going to be very, very useful. But I don't think the average person should be trying to diagnose or treat themselves with
Yeah.
consumer AI. That's definitely not a
No.
good idea.
Yeah, and then there was another story about how this guy took some Pentagon bids that was like a no what's it called when you don't have to send it out to multiple people? You just get the bid. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, they had an exclusive right to giving the Pentagon something. He ran all the numbers through it. He's like, this little gear that we're paying $13,000 for, AI found it was a $13 part.
Well, yeah, of course.
Most of the stuff is marked up by at least 550%.
Yep.
And they're not taking contract bids. No bid contract. That's right.
Yeah, no look at that. That's showing up a lot.
Thank you guys. I thought it was something like that, but anyway. So I mean, he's like, if this is true on this contract,
Yeah.
we are spending hundreds of millions of dollars on parts that are being inflated like crazy, and we should not be paying for this. And AI, I think, will be very useful for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but how much of that is intentional, you have to wonder. Like, oh, my buddy has a parts shop, and we need this $10,000 part real bad.
Well,
And-
that's what we were talking about, is that everything's so corrupt. If you just run it through a computer that isn't hopefully biased. That's my question about AI. So if it shares data, right? So if I run my dog's DNA sequence through ChatGPT, and it says something and it's wrong. And then I run the same thing through Grok, hoping to get like a second opinion, second AI opinion. Is it relying on the first
No,
data that's
they
already
wouldn't
out
share
there?
data like that. No.
They wouldn't. Okay.
I mean, for what?
right.
For one, they're competitors. They could if they really wanted to, but I don't think they would. Because Grok doesn't want to share with ChatGPT and vice versa because they don't. They're competitors. It's
Yeah, but they
it's like
take-
Coke and Pepsi. It's like there's a story of there's a woman worked for Coke, and she went to Pepsi and she was like, "I have the Coke secret formula." Because she was like some high up and she managed
Ooh.
to cobble together the Coke secret formula. She went to Pepsi, some high up at Pepsi, and she was like, "I got the Coke secret formula and I'll sell it to you." And what they did was they called Coke and they were like, "Hey, there's this woman who's got the secret formula. Come get her." And she went to prison.
There you go.
Because
That's how it should go.
these companies don't really want to collaborate or copy each other because there's nothing in it for them.
Right. That's true.
I have a question for you guys, and it's, I suppose, all based on earlier in the conversation and being pissed off at Elon Musk and all the rest of it. Andy, when I was your age, it was a really good thing for somebody to come from nowhere and make it big. That was America, and people were very proud of you and happy and all the rest of it. Well, now they hate your guts if you get that successful.
Well, it all depends on who you vote for, because the Democratic Party, all of the left people loved Elon Musk because, first of all,
Yeah.
he was a Democrat.
They did, yeah.
And he
Yeah.
was, they loved Tesla. They loved everything about it. And as soon as he said, I don't like this Democratic Party anymore, they turned on him
Yeah.
hard.
It was literally like an
guess so.
instant. He was their darling one day, and then they woke up the next day and he was Hitler 2.0. It's the
That's
craziest
why,
thing.
That's why I don't understand how anybody can have an allegiance to a party that is just that ridiculous.
I don't
Yeah.
think that's the Democratic Party, though. That may be what they call themselves. But the Democratic Party, when I was a kid, along with the Republican Party, they were good parties that worked together. Whoever won. But now it's just absolute filth for money. That's what it is.
Well, it's like Reverend Jackson's funeral. The kids are all pissed off that
Yep.
Yeah.
all
Yep.
these people tried to turn it into political theater.
Yep.
It's like our dad worked with Democrats and Republicans
Yep.
and everybody, and he talked to everybody. He wasn't interested in putting somebody down because they didn't vote the right way.
Well, I have a
Please
question.
don't do it at his funeral.
I have a question about that. That's how I built the show 40 years ago. And you would have somebody eventually, like a Bob Sansevier, is pretty conservative. And then there were other people on the show that were pretty liberal. We had conservatives, liberals, centrists. We had all kinds of stuff on the show. But they forgot all about that when the show became the highest rated show in America. Once they announced that, I think I actually turned to you, Catherine, when it was announced, and I said, this is not good news. Because as soon as they found out it was the highest rated morning show in America, they got so pissed off. It's like, I thought we were happy for people that succeeded. What
Tom,
happened?
You were supposed to start kissing ass at that point,
Well-
using your voice for people that want to, make some money off of you.
That's always been my problem is I'm not an ass kisser. I can't do it. Look, even if you try to force me to kiss ass, I can't do it. That's just not how I grew up in North Minneapolis. You kiss ass in North Minneapolis, you get the piss beat out
Oh,
of you.
who's going to respect an ass? Well, I
Yeah.
don't
They
respect
do
ass
now.
kissers.
Well, they do
I
now.
don't respect them. I don't know if they respect them. I think
No.
they're useful tools.
Well, let me put it this way. Here's a good example. The two people I was just talking about, Bob Sansevier, who, as you know, I think the world of, he has a guest every week, used to be on this show, has a guest every week. Bob Sansevier, very far, well, not very
I don't know
far,
about
but he's a
very
lefty.
far.
Lefty. And every week he has Mike Gelfand on. You couldn't be further right than Mike Gelfand.
You mean left?
Left, excuse me.
Yeah.
You couldn't be further left. And they get along fine. So what's the problem here?
Like I said, it's just everybody's turned into a psychopath.
They have.
Well, there's a lot of people out there who you can't have any conversation with because they will
No.
make it about politics. There's a lot of
Well-
those, actually, and I personally know several of them, and that's why I don't have conversations with them. It's because, like,
Yeah.
these, just like random,
Yeah.
they'll just like randomly text me some like political article or something out of the blue, and it's like I never respond because I'm just like I don't care. I don't want to talk
Yeah.
about this, or they'll email me and that sort of thing, and I'm always just like okay, whatever. But there's also a lot of people who are pretty far to one direction. And if you start talking about politics, it will become quickly insufferable. But they also are capable of talking about other things.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
My standard response to anybody that sends me some post, like, if my brother Daryl knew how to forward articles,
Yeah. Yep.
I would be slammed with them. I just go, that's wild.
I know, pretty crazy.
Everything, that's crazy.
Yep. That's all you can say.
Non-committal, non-argumentative responses are the best.
See, now here's just a question that some people are going to think, oh, what did you ask that for? But from what I understand, that Minneapolis, Minnesota elected a Muslim mayor. Is that correct?
No.
Wait, what?
Are you
Minneapolis?
sure?
Minneapolis is Jacob Fry still.
No, Minneapolis is Jacob Fry. You're talking
think
about
of the
Ilhan
latest
Omar?
election. No. There's a guy. He was elected mayor of Minneapolis.
Are you talking about New York City?
No, I'm talking about Minneapolis.
Okay, well,
Really?
we think it's Jacob Fry
Can
still.
you see? Take a gander.
Mayor of Minneapolis.
I thought he just won the election.
I mean, to be fair, I don't pay any attention to Minneapolis, so it's entirely possible.
Well, I understand.
No, he's still Jacob Fry is still the mayor.
Mondami. Yeah,
Yeah, I know, but I mean, when the year ends, he won't be anymore.
Oh, like the
That's when the new mayor.
we already
the new
had
mayor
the
comes
election?
in. I'm almost certain a Muslim was elected mayor of Minneapolis.
2025
Goes on-
mayoral election. Yeah, no, they had the mayoral election last year.
I
You're
know.
talking about that Omar Fateh guy, but he lost to Jacob Fry.
Oh, he did because they reported on national television that he won.
Well, he barely. It was 53-47, so it was pretty
Whoa.
close. But
God.
yeah,
Even Fry's probably better. I don't know.
on national news, they announced that the Muslim had won.
Well, maybe that's the projection.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Can everybody just try to work together instead of I'm like this and you're not, so I hate you? Like, what? Can you imagine how North Minneapolis had been if we all wandered around going, well, we hate black people, Catholics, and Jews, but other than that, I mean, we didn't even deal with any of that stuff back then. But it's very, very important now, I guess. So he did not get elected mayor.
no.
Yeah, because some people are reporting that he did win.
He was very, very close to winning, but he did not win.
Weird.
There you go. All right, we'll take a break here, come right back and wrap things up right after this. You've heard me and my family rave about fresh, dry snacks, and we and the grandkids love them. Fresh, dry snacks are real food, no junk, made from real fruits, real vegetables, real ingredients, not powders, not fillers, not fried snacks. What's on the label is what's in the bag. It's called the Fresh Dry Difference. They use a proprietary fresh dry process. They dry for flavor, not longevity. The result, real crunch, real nutrients, no frying, no oils. Right now they offer 5 veggie blends, 12 different fruit options, 6 granola bite flavors. Go to FreshDrySnacks.com and use Barnard, Barnard, for 10% off your first order. Shipping is always free on orders over $100. There is a cruise that I've been hearing about from my friends at Heart of the North Tours. It sounds amazing to me. It's the Alaska Cruise Tour. What is a cruise tour? It's a tour that features a cruise that includes a 7-day Princess Cruise tour of the glaciers, combined with glass-top railway experience, multiple nights at the Denali Wilderness Lodge, including the land meal package. You'll visit Denali National Park, Whittier, Hubbard Glacier, Glacier Bay National Park, and stop in Anchorage, Juneau, Skagway, and Ketchikan. For more information, go to heartofthenorthtours.com or call 1-833-424-2700 to speak to Mike, who is a pro at arranging these amazing tours. It all happens August 8th through the 19th, and there are limited spots available, so book now. It's a trip of a lifetime that you won't want to miss.
Somebody posted something that may be what you were thinking. That Omar Fateh, whatever his name is, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. He won the primary, but the DFL wouldn't let him
Oh,
run.
yeah, that's right.
Oh, is that what happened? Because there a couple of national spots reported that he did win.
He won a primary, so maybe that's what they were talking about.
No, they were talking about him winning mayor, so they
Well,
misprinted
that
it.
is just really bad.
That's really
journalism
bad.
right there.
Hey, it's St. Patty's Day tomorrow.
Oh, yeah,
Thank
that's
you for
right.
that.
Yeah.
I love that. No question
St.
about it.
Patty's Day. I can't go anywhere on St. Patrick's Day.
No?
Well, we'll be green
I look a little.
alligators.
I apparently look a little Irish to
Redheaded,
people that.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my favorite thing about we did go to Ireland one time, which was a fantastic trip. It was such a great
It
trip.
was really good.
It was like we got in one of those little pony carts or something,
Mm-hmm.
and the driver turns around. He's got the top hat and all that kind of
Yep.
stuff. It's really, retro. He turns around and goes, "Katie, you've come back to us."
I remember that.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Once in a while on this show, we like to toss in, funny things, happy things, spending time with the family, spending time with friends. Is this the only place left that does that? I hope there are a lot of others. I'm hoping.
Like to imagine that other places do that, but
You never know for sure.
Oh, and please.
Red hair is not Irish, by the way.
it's
Really?
I mean, Scottish, I think, is the most redheaded country in the world, but
Oh, Scotland is?
Scotland. But I mean, Scotland and Ireland are pretty close to one another, are they not?
Yeah.
They sure are.
Let's
But-
see, howtobearedhead.com. They probably know. Let's see.
I just wanted to
It says
mention, please subscribe and press, hit that like button and definitely use our sponsors.
and check
It's a
out
good
our
idea.
cool QR code if I can remember how to put it
Oh,
up.
yeah, the
Look at
QR
that
code.
QR code.
Look at that
Scan that
QR
to go to
code.
our homepage.
It's got a little ducky in the
And it's
middle.
got a little
That's it.
StreamYard duck. Yep.
All right, that is going to do it for another day. I don't know. We can all get through this. We'll just keep talking. I do like the fact that we talk about it because not a lot of people are talking about it. Some are. I mean, I think Sush does a great job with it all. But it's pretty weird right now. No question about it.
I want to know what Tiffy means by doing a helium show tomorrow.
Oh, good.
Why would we do a helium
St. Patty's
show?
Day tomorrow.
But
I'm Irish.
because of like
Oh,
a
like a
leprechaun,
leprechaun?
maybe?
Do leprechauns have high
I
squeaky
bet.
voices?
Yes, I bet that's what they're talking about.
I just think of Magically Delicious.
Yeah, that's the most famous leprechaun, arguably, or the guy from Leprechaun. But
Indeed.
Wasn't there a horror show with
Yeah, Leprechaun.
a movie? Yeah, it was just. I don't think they were supposed to be nice things. I think leprechauns are actually mischievous and kind of mean.
Well, yeah, if you go back in history far enough, and not even really that far, all the magical forest creatures, like elves and gnomes and fairies and that sort of thing, they're all evil, or at least like dangerous. Like I know. The lore behind fairies, like right now, you think fairy is like a little pixie who
Tinkerbell.
does magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fairy to us now. But 100 years ago, a fairy was like, if you meet a fairy and they offer food, you can't deny it because then they'll like trap you in fairy hell or something because of their rules. You're not allowed to deny someone food, but then you can't eat it because it's poisonous. I don't know. Yeah, there's all
don't like
sorts of insane lore behind them. Everything got a lot friendlier in the past 100 years for some reason.
Well, I think everything was to control the villagers at one point.
Honestly, yeah, probably. Yeah, well, I mean,
Keep the kids out of the woods.
well, yeah, exactly. If you think about a lot of those like old Grimm's fairy tales, it's like the things that lurk in the shadows. It was all to keep kids from wandering away from the village and get eaten by wolves because they're like, oh, there's the Glarble
Right.
Flark. He lives in the forest. He'll kill you. Don't touch him.
Jude
All right,
said-
Jude wants to
yeah,
go.
Jude says the podcast is over.
Yeah, he said he's literally having a fit because we're still on.
He's sitting at my feet looking up at me like a seal.
Well, Jude can just handle himself for another 15-ish seconds.
Jude.
Yeah, Jude.
We've got to keep a tight clock. Oh, it's 11:45. I guess we can leave.
There you go.
Are you the boss?
All right, Andrew, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.